last drive, Jimmy was having a good day, and then he finished up with a great day. What are you seeing out of him, Jimmy, this fall?
Yeah, he's made a few plays, even yesterday, looking at a couple of in routes he caught. He's got some skill and athleticism, obviously his range with his height and things. So those are the type of plays he can make, and it's awesome to finish that way.
Is it starting to feel like the last week of camp where guys are starting to look a little tired, starting to get a little chippy, things like that?
Yeah, there's definitely a little, fatigue, tired, chippy. It's competitive. And so that's comes along with camp. I think these guys have been really working hard together, but the more you do it together, you're ready to play somebody else.
Do you feel like even at this stage they're getting a lot out of practices right now?
Oh, I do. I thought today we had a pass period that we need to work on some things offensively, pass rush. I think these guys are building skill in special teams. Some of these drills, you can see the attention to detail is still there. So yeah, these are important practices.
I was going to ask. It seems like last year you guys, the DBs, were holding a lot more on pass coverage than this year. Then I noticed you guys had the tennis balls today, There must be something. Do you feel like guys are guarding more without grabbing guys?
Well, we definitely don't want to be all about grabbing, and that's one of the reasons you use the tennis ball. I do also think we got some experience, veteran guys that have been around and have just gotten better at their craft, and so they're less handsy. But again, we're going to want a challenge, and you put hands on, you just can't grab them.
You had some time to watch the film since Saturday. What are some of the big things that stuck out to you?
Yeah, I thought the tackling was really good. The effort running the ball really good. I thought that overall defensively, understanding leverage and keeping the ball carriers where they wanted them showed up. I thought there were some really good snaps of our really younger old linemen doing some good things inside. So, and there was a bunch to take away, but that comes to mind first.
In general today, how happy were you with the offense, just kind of hanging in there, fighting through adversity, staying in the game, and finishing the way they did and getting in the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about handling adversity, and so when it actually plays out, there's some real positives. Obviously, my angle is both sides going, and if there's a winner and a loser, you're always looking at the other side to see how we can improve it. But again, as a whole, I think we're getting a lot of good work done.
It seemed like a turning point was after the chippiness. Do you feel like that awoke anything maybe in the offense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do know that these guys got to go through experiences, competitive work together, and answer and respond for each other, offense, defense, and then you throw special teams included.
Are you bringing more officials into camp this year than you had in the past?
I don't think so. I mean, we've done it a couple times during the week, and then we have them on Saturdays. I don't think that's a lot more than we've done before.
You don't feel like it's been more?
Do you have any updates on Alton, Julian, or Anthony Gould?
Anthony, still he's getting some reps, and just protecting him with a light shoulder thing so he doesn't take a lot of hits on it, but he's going to be fine. AJ, I think, is getting closer to be able to get truly in some individual and maybe some non-contact drills. On that end, Ryan Frankie did have an injury to his leg Saturday that probably will cost him the season.
What about Jam Griffin? He hasn't.
He's gotten some more reps. He hasn't got a ton, but he's pretty much healthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to keeping the energy up after a scrimmage and off days, what's the challenging part about that, knowing there is some fatigue that also sets in?
Yeah. I mean, again, these guys, they want to. They're taking care of their bodies and hydrating, getting off their feet with some rest. And we've got it. We got a lot of data in regards to how hard we pushed them, taking it off a little bit one day and trying to go the next. But we got to push through.
You've got about a week left of camp, it looks like. What do you do? Are you doing anything any differently this last week of camp than you did the first, say, 2 weeks?
I think it's a little bit more this week moving forward. Kind of a lot of situations will come up. So we can work some stuff at the end of the game. Obviously, if we have the ball or if we got the lead or not, that backed up, and it's a little bit more situational specific this last week.
At this point, are you going to wait until next week when you meet with the players to decide who's going to be the quarterback?
Probably, yeah. I think that just because we're doing it across the board with guys, and it's a team game.
When the captains? When do you do that?
Right, that'll be probably next week. And I haven't got it right in front of me, but usually toward the end of camp.
Okay.
The way the defense has played throughout camp, and especially in the scrimmage the other day, holding the offense out of the end zone, do you feel like maybe that group's a little further ahead at this point in camp than it has been in years past?
Yeah, I think so. Again, I go back to the experience, but they have done a lot of good things competitively in the team situations. Now, again, drilling down to the individual, there's a bunch to each got to clean up, but as a unit, I think they should be confident with how they've played.
Isaiah Newell seems like he's getting more work with Isaiah Newell,
Yeah.
more work with the ones than maybe in the past. What have you seen from him to allow him to get that opportunity?
Yeah, he's better than he was a year ago. You can see his vision, his cuts, ability to stay on the feet. You know, he's gotten a lot of turns where he's shown how much better he is, and when you improve like that, you earn reps.
And then Joe Golden isn't somebody we had heard anything about coming into camp. He's playing with
Yeah.
the ones and twos a
Yeah,
lot.
he's done some
What
good
have
things.
you seen from him?
You know, his size, his range shows up. He had a huge one of those tackles on the goal line, the scrimmage he's making to keep him out. Plays with effort and can be physical. So, you know, he's earning his way to be in that rotation.
Seems like Katan's been flying all over the field. How impressed have you been with him? What kind of versatility does he bring to the team?
He's having one of the better camps because he's in great shape, understands the scheme, his instincts, breaks on the ball. He's probably one of the guys that really stand out in this camp so far.
How much do you feel like he's improved in coverage?
Yeah, a ton.
How much have you watched the kick and punt returners, and where do you feel like that pecking order stands?
Yeah, I think we've got some options. I don't know what exact order, but I know we feel confident with Gould coming returning some stuff. Irish, Trey Lowe, Trayshawn Harrison, actually dabbling a little bit with Damon Martinez on kickoff return. So we've got a long list that we'll narrow down in the next week or so.
Yeah, okay.
On the defensive line, James Rawls had a couple of sacks today, and I think has been one of the standouts of camp. What have you seen from him so far through 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, that D-line group in general, but he's explosive. He can get up the field, man, and create some havoc in the backfield, which we're going to need. So he's done some